we're back.
Hey guys. Hey, we're back. A whole new person here.
Yeah, I was gonna say before we get started, let's identify who are you today?
I am she and she is me.
Is that so?
The
I don't know.
Renaissance
I don't know what that is.
World Tour
Is that
film has come out, so I figured in since I didn't get the chance to go down to the premiere,
right? Right. Right.
um I wanted to, give my best upper look or not my best, um but a decent look, you know?
There.
So I figured this hair
Yeah.
would give a little bit more Beyonce than
What
my
about the
usual.
what about the hat? Is that also Beyonce?
I wanted to also give a little bit of grunge Beyonce.
Ooh.
It's a character people haven't really
I
seen.
haven't seen that from her yet.
Me
I
neither.
didn't know she was on that. Or
And
are
she made a
you
statement the other day that now that she's older, she doesn't care about what people
mm,
think. So I think
mm.
grunge Beyonce can be a thing now.
That's what you think the direction she should head?
No, I don't think she should head this direction at all.
Grudge
I
Beyonce?
just think that there can be an alter ego in an alternate universe, and I
Absolutely.
represent that
Oh,
today.
okay, so that's who you are. Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Grunge Beyonce,
I hope
she
she
is a
I
diva.
hope she finds out. I hope she sees this and she recognizes that
Please,
this is
Grunge
her.
Beyonce. She has dark hair and she wears hats, and she does a podcast.
Yeah,
Beyonce would never, or
she
would
should.
she?
She should.
Yeah.
Her and Jay Z, just a
My
little.
gosh, that'd be a
What?
crazy
Yo, you know how
podcast.
big the podcast would be?
No, honestly, it would be number one
People would turn
overnight.
in to hear just what Beyonce and Jay Z have to talk about
Literally.
together.
I actually want to know now.
I challenge
You know
them.
what's
I
crazy?
challenge you, Beyonce
Yeah,
and Jay Z.
facts. Do you think
If
they'll
you,
take this
they
challenge
should
from
do it
us?
exclusively on Title. If they want to see Title win,
They're not even involved in that anymore.
they're
They
not.
sold that long
Do
time.
they?
Yeah, Jay-Z gave that up.
Okay, start the next thing. Okay.
But your glasses look crazy.
You mean it's only because I'm so used to wearing glasses now that
Yeah.
it's getting hard not
Not
to.
to.
This is the one thing I want to
This is
avoid.
what
My
I know you
whole
wanted
life
to
was like,
avoid
don't wear
this.
glasses because if you do, your eyes get worse.
Hey,
And
we
they
can
do.
get laser once this podcast blows up.
Big
And Beyonce
facts.
and Jay-Z pay us our royalties
Yeah,
for telling
forgive
them
this amazing idea. They definitely should. Hey,
No,
yeah,
honestly.
comment down below. Let's tag Beyonce and Jay Z and tell them they need to make a podcast because
Yes.
that's where it's at.
Yeah.
All right.
And please let Beyonce know about Grunge Beyonce, who she is on
Yeah.
weekends, the girl you don't see, but the girl that hangs with the babies.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. To be honest, I mean, to be honest,
I've seen
to
her
be
in a
honest.
hat before.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
see
and
her
like
like
especially like
when she's
performance
not in front of anybody and she's
practicing
just at home. I feel like she is actually
and
grunge
writing
on.
music
Yeah, like if she's
in
just
her
like comfortable.
documentary.
Yeah, she looks pretty grunge anyway. So that probably
Which
is
part?
like when she's chilling.
Oh, okay. I never got that from Beyonce, but
Whatever.
I mean,
Okay.
anyways, let's finish this podcast because this wig
Finish.
is
Let's start.
very itchy.
Anyways,
Anyway,
welcome back to the Shell and Mel show.
Talks
and Tings, where we talk about things.
Oh, so we have tea now. It's a tea podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is gonna look so suspect, like we actually don't have tea in this, but I do.
I
Sheldon,
don't.
on the other hand, I
Hey,
don't know what he's drinking.
illusion is what I'm at. Anyways, welcome back. We're here with another episode, our seventh episode.
Seventh episode.
Seventh
Look
episode
at
in a row.
us.
We're not doing exactly on the right days,
We need
but
to step that back up.
we're getting it done.
But
So
we're not gonna have a Monday episode next week.
no, because we're gonna be away.
We're going to be in another country,
Ooh,
Trinidad and Tobago, to be exact.
is that so?
Yes.
Oh wow,
Yes.
the sunny isles of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay. But the sunny isles.
That's what they introduce it all the time.
Yeah, the Twin Isles.
The Twin Isles.
Yeah, not
Trinidad.
Sunny Isles.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's okay.
I'm assuming it's sunny.
Hey,
As a person who's never
will
been
be.
there.
It will be.
Yeah.
I mean, wait. Are we still in hurricane season?
Yeah, no.
It is what it is.
This is the time you want to go.
We're going for 5 days. It's not a long trip. We're also going to see my grandma.
Yes, sir.
And yeah.
So it
So
should be fun.
yeah,
A
let's
fun
go
filled.
have as much fun as we can have.
Sit over the.
Yeah,
Come right here, though.
come Luna.
You're like
As
dropping
you
my
can
chair.
see, our little child is childing. Our other child is childing, I should say. All right, so let's get into this podcast because I mean,
Oh, sorry. Anyways, it's late,
yes, let's get
but
into
we're getting it
this.
done. All right,
All
so
right, so
we're
let's
gonna get
get
straight into
started.
it. First
Yeah,
of all, comment, like, subscribe as usual.
please do.
Again, we're trying to grow this channel, so
Yes,
continue to do that for us,
yes,
please. We appreciate it.
yes.
But yes, let's get into it. What's our relationship insight of the day?
What insight?
The insight side
Okay,
of it.
the question we have,
Yes.
what we're going to talk about right now is should pet peeves break a relationship?
Mm,
And what are yours?
nice. Nice. Um, I don't think pet peeves should. Stop it. I don't
Okay,
think pet
he's
peeves
not used to
should make
this.
it, but I think they can cause a lot of tension within a relationship if not addressed and attended to.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think it should be breaking, but if you don't communicate your issues, then obviously you're gonna break up, and those are gonna be little things that kind of create cracks in your
Yeah.
relationship, right? But if you never communicate it, then eventually that's going to cause an issue.
Well, that's the thing. Most pet peeves people communicate, I'd hope, right?
Mm,
Mm, yeah, I guess it depends on.
it depends on what it is, right?
Yeah,
And it really depends on how you communicate it and how people take it, right?
yeah. That's true. I feel like, yeah, I agree with everything you said. You really should be communicating what your pet peeves are, and that should kind of be sorted out way far in advance before it gets to the point where it breaks up your relationship.
Yeah,
That's kind of sad because it could be a small thing, like leaving dishes in the sink,
right.
and if that just becomes bigger and bigger over time, that really shouldn't be like the thing that
I don't
breaks
think
up
it's
your
the one
relationship.
thing, but I think it's
A
a
combination of
combination of
several
things
pet
that kind of just
peeves.
like multiply each
It's
other.
probably not even pet peeves anymore, but
No.
really just a series of behaviors that feel like a show of disrespect or
No.
not disrespect, but like a
Yeah.
lack of care or
Right,
concern.
right.
This is
Yeah.
not the time to play, Luna. You got to go down. Yeah.
So
So
like you're
yeah.
saying, so what are yours? Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Because it's continuing. It's not like we paused and started
That's
again.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Um, what are my pet peeves?
Yeah.
Why do you want me to go first?
Come on, let's hear it.
Huh? Why do you want me to go
Let's
first?
hear it.
Okay, so my pet peeves
Uh,
in no particular order.
of course. Top three. No, let's go
um,
top two. Top three.
top 3,
Top three.
leaving cupboards open.
Fair.
Like, why can't you just close it back?
Fair.
Close it back.
Yeah.
No, seriously, just close it back.
Okay. We're not here to discuss our pet
Just
peeves.
close it back.
Just name them.
Okay,
Jeez.
closing back cupboards and doors
Yeah.
and
So closing. Yeah.
closets.
Yeah. Okay.
Closing things back.
Right.
Um uh wet mats.
Okay. Okay.
I don't love it because
Yeah.
it just I, don't- you don't want to step onto a cold wet mat.
Makes sense.
And bathrooms, in my experience, sadly, have been a lot colder than most places.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That so those two, and then I don't know. I'm really in between. I'm in between. I feel like hmm, pet peeves. I don't know. Throwing something out when there's very little left, or if there's like
Or
if the
not
garbage is
throwing. Okay,
full.
not throwing things out.
Hmm?
That's two different things.
Yeah, I guess not throwing things out when it should be thrown out, or
Mm.
if the garbage is full and you could just
Like take it out at
take it
that time.
outside,
Yeah. Okay.
you know. So
Okay.
I guess it's really just like the proactiveness in certain things.
Yeah.
Like if you notice something is looking like a mess or looking or doesn't fit, just deal with it. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So mine.
He's been waiting to share this.
Not
with the
waiting.
whole
I tell
world.
you all the time. So, one is leaving the island a mess, like with
Oh
just like
yeah, yeah,
random
yeah.
stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
Like
That's
as
valid.
someone whose like responsibility is to clean the kitchen, even though it's not totally clean all the time, just having that place a mess where I didn't make a mess, it just makes the whole place look overall messier.
Fair enough.
So that's one of my pet peeves.
Which I agree with.
Yeah,
And I just seem to always have stuff.
which is weird because it's like no different than just putting away things that should be put away.
If you have time.
Right.
Closing a cupboard doesn't take time.
Fair enough. We're not talking about that no more. Okay, it's my
Anyways,
turn.
okay, go ahead.
Um,
It's over.
second one is your old T-shirt.
It's just
I have to talk about it. Okay, we talk about pet peeves,
no,
and I
because
don't care about anything else you
no,
wear.
no,
I don't care
because
about
what?
anything
No,
else you
what is your
wear.
problem? The thing is, you are trying to get everyone to shame me.
Can I say my pet peeves, please?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So the very, and it's just one very old shirt. How old is it? Like 20, 30 years now?
Mhm.
30-year-old shirt.
Wait, no, it's not 30.
How old is it?
Wait, it is 30 years.
30-year-old shirt
Wow.
that you
How
refuse to get
big
rid
was
of.
this when I was?
How have you had a shirt for 30 years and you still wear it? It's crazy. Also, I don't know if
I
you
think it was the
noticed,
last size. It must have been.
maybe, but I don't know if you noticed, there's a huge hole, right? There's a huge hole in the shirt, and let's just say,
There's two huge holes in this
well,
shirt.
there's one specifically,
Okay.
but yeah,
What about it, Sheldon? Say it all if you're gonna say it. Stand on business. We go stand on
I
business,
just think it's time.
Sheldon.
It's time, especially because you're a person who likes to like, let's do our clearing. Let's clear some stuff we don't wear. Let's get rid of our stuff out of
Absolutely.
our closet. La la la. La,
Hmm.
right? But this one thing, for some strange reason,
Do you have anything that's 30 years old?
do I have anything?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't,
So
right?
not really. Probably a
So
picture of myself.
why would I? No, in the sense like for me, I feel like I've never had anything that old in my lifetime.
So
So
it's
for
like
me,
a
it's kind of
it's
like
like
a
an heirloom
keepsake.
for you.
Yeah. And it's also really comfortable to wear. If you've ever
I'm
tried it
sure
on,
it
the
is.
cotton's the
I'm sure
softest.
I'm sure after
The
30
softest,
years is,
super
if it's
tumbled
still
cotton.
working, like
It's
it's
the most
still together,
it must be Egyptian at this point.
it must
It's
be pretty
Egyptian
good.
cotton at this point.
So
No, it's so soft. But yeah.
yeah, and then lastly is like it's when
I know exactly what you're
I
gonna
don't know
say.
if you do it. It's when you have a pet peeve. Okay, oh, I forgot about that one.
I
That
thought
might
that's what
beat
you're
it.
gonna
That
say.
might beat it still. I'm gonna say that one. Okay, but that's my last one. That's
No, let's go to number 4 then.
whatever. This the one where you like touch me when you're talking. Like doesn't matter what. Like I could be looking at you like this,
Sheldon,
and you like you call my name and touch me
you
like,
wouldn't believe it.
"Okay."
Sheldon.
And I'm like, I'm right here. I'm listening. I'm in your
I
face.
don't even know
You
where
don't
I
need
got
to
that
tap
from.
me. You don't need to get my attention.
Why do I do that?
Because you're a last born, to be honest. It's probably because you're the youngest in
Does
your
Courtney do that?
no, but I'm sure it's because you're the youngest in your family. So therefore, to get people's attention because they weren't paying attention to you, you had to like
Okay, you're reaching because I know I never did
you had to
that at
talk
home.
to you had to tap
I
them
don't
like,
know when
hey,
that
listen to
started.
me, listen to me.
Hmm.
That's just where my assumption is.
Now I'm actually very curious. Where
Yeah.
did that start?
And then my bonus one is when you have a pet peeve that you a pet peeve about me that you fail to do. So
Yo,
say
I
for
actually
example,
feel I thought about that today.
yeah,
I'm like, there's pet peeves. You know what? This should be a question we ask you guys.
what's that?
What's a pet peeve you have? Something you do that you don't like when other people do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I realized I'm like,
that's that's
that's a
a
pet
pet peeve I
peeve.
have for you. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
because
because I
you'll
have that
call
for
me
you
out on
too.
it, but then at the same time you're like,
I agree with for you too.
whatever.
100%.
Okay,
A
cool.
million thousand
I'm
percent.
glad.
I'm glad we can agree on
I'm
that.
glad we can agree on it. Okay.
Are we still together after this?
Well, we haven't let it crack, and we've talked about these before,
We
so
have.
it's not like we haven't
Are these
communicated
make or
these.
break things?
These?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's something to learn and something to practice. I think we try.
We try for
We
time
try
beings
and
and
then we
then
forget and
yeah,
then
and then
we
we try
try
again.
again. But
So
we're
I guess
not
the goal is not to not try.
exactly. Just don't give up, you
Yeah,
know?
because if we give up, then it's like a sure like that's a sign of us
Yeah.
giving up more.
Giving up the relationship.
Yeah, because it's like at least continue to try for a
I
partner.
think that's
I
important.
wonder though, like from older wed married, an older marriage perspective, if they think about okay, well, when you if you keep trying and it doesn't ever change, then that's failing in a sense.
Nah, I feel like an older way, the older way they think is like this is just the way they are.
Yeah, that's
And they
true.
just get into a place of like and on both sides, this is like this is how
This
I
is who
am.
they are.
And this is the
This
way
is
they
how
are.
I
And they just
am.
like
But is that not okay in some relationships? Like, is
I don't
there
think it is.
certain things that make that okay?
I don't think that well,
Like certain behaviors.
maybe like farting or something. I don't like what are you gonna do?
Okay.
Right? Even though
Okay.
your partner may not like it, you may like do it and you're like,
Like snoring then.
yeah, yeah, not fixing that.
Okay. I guess the ultimate idea is try where you can try.
Ideally,
Yes.
especially while you're young,
Yes.
try as much as you try because it's
Yeah.
important to put effort into your relationship
Yeah.
and don't get too hard-headed about things and give yourself space to room to be good and to fail and also
Yeah.
allow that same space for your partner.
Yeah.
Recognize that we're all humans and no one's perfect. So let's just try our best
Yeah. I
and, you know,
I hear that and I agree.
yeah. All right, homie.
All right.
Anyways, so
So yeah, tell us those pet
let us
peeves
know your pet
because we
peeves
want to know
and
and
let's
we want to talk about it. We want to write about it and talk about it.
or you guys talk about it. Talk about it in the comments below.
Facts. So Sheldon, would you still go to a Diddy party?
I don't know why you're asking me. This is apparently the quirky question of the day. Would you still go to a Diddy party? And this question is really directed towards you because all of our relationship, Melissa's been talking about Melissa and her best friend have been talking about going to a Diddy party and making it getting so famous and becoming so big
No, we
that
don't need to be
not
famous.
you famous, but
We
you
just
want
want to be able to
well, you have to be at
get
a
an
certain level to
invitation
get
to
invited. So make getting to yourself to a status where
without
you get
being like a vixen or
yeah, like you being you, but
us not
because
being
of
the
you being
entertainment.
yourselves, yeah, because
Yeah.
you're who you are, you get invited.
Yeah.
So this has been like a goal for the past I don't know how many years that
Yeah.
they've had,
Forever.
right?
Since we saw the earliest Diddy party, probably since social media, because that's when
Prob-
you knew his
Probably,
parties
yeah,
were
like the
like
all white ones and all that kind of
something.
stuff.
Yeah.
So,
No,
are you don't want to go to a Diddy?
no.
Are you sure?
I don't I think
After everything you've heard, that
no,
that's
that's
that's over. I
crazy.
would love to ask Sean about that.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna message her
Yeah,
and find out. But no, I don't think I can anymore. And I say this because I just know myself. If I know something about a person, I'm not gonna really want to be around them.
I would imagine.
And like, yeah,
But
I feel strongly
to be
about these
honest, I
things.
don't think he
So,
can have anymore.
well, it could.
Not the way he's always put it,
I mean,
like the all white one with all the celebrities and stuff.
I think it will be more low key until he feels like he's out of the clear,
Yeah,
which is kind of wild because I feel like it's unfolding as it should. Like, and he should be held accountable for all of this. It's actually
absolutely,
kind of wild that it took this long,
absolutely.
considering there's been a lot of talk
Like I said,
for many, many years.
it takes someone willing to present some hard evidence of
Yeah,
wagwan
yeah,
and to really not even I'm gonna say speak up, but just like put it out there, like for
yeah.
real, not just like insinuate like yeah, man, things are crazy. I went to this party once and it was crazy, but that's not saying anything.
No,
That's
that's
but say what really like put it on wax on like what really happened at this thing.
yeah. It just nah.
But hey, this is I don't know if you noticed, but this has been a time of like truth being revealed
Yeah,
about these like super rich and what's going on and really
yeah.
behind closed doors. So
I just don't think it's fair for people to be like, oh, they're just trying to bring another black man down. I don't like that story that's
I don't
being
think
fed
so.
online because it's just no, this has been talked about for a long time. So this
Yeah,
isn't just another black man coming
not at
down.
all.
Also, like realistically, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. If you're not doing good, you don't really deserve to be
You don't need to have that
holding this
praise and
status
recognition
and
that people
having
like,
that kind of
yeah,
power.
because that just
So it
perpetuates the
doesn't really
narrative.
matter to me if you're black or white or
Yeah,
green or blue. If you're a bad person and you're doing evil things to people, you don't deserve anything.
yeah.
Like, you gotta go.
The idea of like power corrupting is like a real thing. I don't think people
Because,
recognize how true that statement is. Like,
yeah,
you get to a certain point where power really just corrupts your mind, where you
absolutely.
feel like this is something you can
This
do.
was the question we had earlier, which was, if you were rich, what do you think they're not if you're rich, what do you think wealthy, like rich living looks like?
Mm.
Because something is obviously wrong with these people for them to want to do all of these crazy things.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, because I'm thinking, okay, I think a regular human being who doesn't really know, and I don't really know, I've never been there, but
yeah,
a regular human being just thinks, ah, if you have money, you can buy all this clothes, you can buy fancy cars, you can get as many women as you want or as many men as you want, just whatever. Like
yeah.
they think in this smaller format of
Right,
things. Whereas it's like these rich people, based on what we see come out, it's like the drug use is excessive and they're really
bro.
broken down on a drug use level or an alcoholism level, or they're like, they, I don't know, they're abusing people, they're fighting domestic violence is heavy, or they're abusive to their staff. So it's kind of like, yo, are you guys okay?
No, I think like I don't know if you saw what Andre 3000 said. Like humans, he they believes humans weren't made for a certain level of fame. Like
Mhm.
the amount of fame that like your average celebrity has,
Mhm.
he doesn't believe humans were made with that like for to
Where do you
be
say
built for
this?
some interview.
Oh,
I think for
okay.
GQ or something. I can't remember what it is.
Gotcha.
But I think that's totally true. Like you have people who are
Yeah.
getting like a crazy amount of fame and wealth and power and there's again there's only so many things you
You
can
guys are
buy.
kind of far from each other. Sorry. But yeah.
Yeah, there's only so many things you can buy. There's only so many parties you can go to and attend before you feel like
Yeah.
really redundant without having like drug induced parties or crazy
This
like
is
it has to
it.
get like crazy crazier to stimulate. It's like drug use no matter what. It's like you
You
get to a
need a
certain point where you need
stimulation.
more. Like you've already done this. I've already went to Dubai. I already went to Turks and Caicos. I've already done this. Now I need more. I need more. I need more.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
it also gives you a sense of entitlement
Yeah.
where you feel like you have power over people or people need to give you a certain level of respect and love
Yeah.
and if they don't then you can like take it out on them like all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff so it's
You feel the right to do all the
yeah
like all the BS to these
because
people.
you're at this status
Yeah.
and these people are below you and all that kind of
Which
stuff
is just
so
weird.
it's crazy. I think it does warp your mind in the
It
way you
has
think,
to.
right?
It has to.
So
But like, and I feel like this is why you need to have real people around you.
yeah,
Like you can't surround yourself with people in the industry without losing yourself,
absolutely.
cuz they don't have a sense of themselves either.
No, and even
If
people who
everyone is
want
all
like people who
powerful.
want to be in the industry and who want to be around you and all that kind of stuff, they're gonna give you
Yeah,
that same admiration that you're looking for, the same yeses that you're looking for. Feed
literally
your ego to the point where I think that's the biggest problem
feeding the
is
ego
the
and never
ego.
getting it checked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because once you have
100%.
this ego about you and you realize like and you just keep feeding it things because you're like, yeah, this is great. And it's like, yeah,
My thing
other
is
people
why
love me.
people think
Yeah.
this is yeah, literally. Yeah, here's more. You want
Here's more.
more?
You want more?
Here.
It feels good.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you just have a bunch of massive gremlins running around and
Exactly.
wreaking havoc in the
And
world.
if that's all you have around you, then you get used to it and comfortable around it, and
Yeah.
you feel like this makes you feel good. Then
But see, and this is why I think it's equally important, and I think this is what's kind of happening today for celebrities to have families.
yeah,
And I don't think I'm only gonna say apart from like Jay-Z and Beyonce, just because I don't pay attention to that many celebrities. But I think one of the things they did was show the importance of family
yeah.
in keeping you grounded, in keeping you present, and keeping you stable.
No, it's
And
interesting.
also, regardless of the difficulties that happen within your home, you don't put that for everybody else to eat up
Right.
and tell stories about.
Yeah.
So there's something very admirable about that to me because I'm like, well, it's obviously working for them, and even if it's not perfect, it's working for them to be able to stay grounded, to not lose their mind,
Yeah.
to not be addicted to drugs and alcohol. And even if those stories came out later, the imagery of there being a decent way to live still exists. And
Yeah.
sometimes you just need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's more interesting that the not more interesting, but it's
Is it?
it's interesting that they had kids like after the fact, like after they got famous, after
Mhm.
they got known. Like they lived their life, they got to a certain level, and then they had
Yeah.
kids, which kind of it takes you back in a step where it's like,
It's not burning your eyes because burning mine.
no, okay,
Oh, okay.
might be the hair. It's burning
Whatever,
the
Shella.
weave. But
Whoever's hair it is. But yeah.
yeah, no, I feel like it kind of gives you a little reset
Yeah.
where you've already done to a certain point. So now your focus is on your family. It's not about
That's
going out to parties,
true.
not about these
That's
crazy
also
things. It's
true.
like, no, I'm raising my children at this
Yeah.
point, right?
I can agree with that.
So I think that makes a difference versus
Change
like
makes change. Age makes a
say
difference.
you have your kids
Yeah.
before you really hit a certain point. So they're kind of growing up with you as you're still striving towards this.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're really taking you're just like you're kind of putting them off to a side a little bit because you're still chasing this dream. You're still working
Yeah, yeah,
towards it.
yeah.
So it's a little bit different in that regard. Or you don't have kids and you never have another
You
focus.
never
It's
have,
just this.
yeah. There must be some celebrities who have held it together. I guess not just celebrities, but
I
rich
think
and wealthy. There must be
there's
some.
certain ones like to my mind it recalls Keanu. There's certain people who like
Mm,
keep themselves grounded by still being regular, like still doing certain
that's
things to
fair.
a
And
regular extent,
I think that makes a
right?
difference too.
Where you're not trying to set yourself apart where you feel like you're better or you have to
Yeah,
drive
yeah,
the
yeah.
like taking the subway in like New York or wherever you sit, like
Yeah, fair.
that's like a regular thing,
That's true.
you
Did
know?
you see the same post I saw?
No,
Celebrities taking subways?
I did not.
Okay, because it literally came up on my feed today.
No, no, I just it's something that I've seen before and people have said
Yeah,
before, and I think
that he's very grounded.
yeah, and it's one of the things where you give away a lot of your money because it's so much excess where you're
Mm.
giving a lot away your money to charities or something like that.
Listen, Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah,
That is like to me a great example of a celebrity.
even what's his name,
And
What's his
Ocho
name?
Cinco. You
Yeah,
mean Ocho Cinco?
yeah, where he doesn't like where the one who like didn't spend his money on like real jewelry or nothing like that.
Yeah, Ocho Cinco.
Yeah,
But the
where's
thing is he's very popular, but I don't know if I see him as like he's very popular still,
hmm.
even though he doesn't do things that rich people are doing.
Yeah, well, I think he's going against the grain in terms of
Yeah, yeah,
what rich
yeah.
people spend their money on. Like he's been very frugal about his spending his money
Yeah,
to a point where it's like it doesn't matter. Like
it's
this,
true.
he's telling people it doesn't matter.
That's true. And you know who I also think is interesting? Lil Duval.
Yeah,
Because he is rich, but he does something that he's passionate about, which is scuba
that's
diving.
true. That's
Like, you
true.
know what I mean? Having real
Yeah, but
experiences.
that's where your focus. It's not on these fanciful or fake things.
No,
It's like this is something I really want to try or get into,
absolutely.
and you focus on the things that are real
As
in life.
opposed to, let me just figure out ways to make more and more money off
Yeah,
of these people. How much more can I squeeze out of the fans?
yeah.
And that to me, those kind of celebrities kind of just,
Oh,
yeah, I feel like the celebrities who are trying to squeeze every penny out of their fans,
yeah.
they're like,
Or who continue to do the most in order to stay in front of the instead of being like a real
yeah,
person, they're doing the most extravagant things to
to
stay
just stay
relevant.
relevant to
Yeah,
people. And
yeah.
it's like, yo, go have fun with your
Like
family.
you have a lot
Go
of money.
experience a
You don't need the
life.
drama. You really don't need to be in a bunch of drama. You don't
No,
need to be
not at
arguing
all.
online with fans. You don't need to do any of this stuff.
You really don't.
Like
You
you can
don't.
go enjoy your
You
life,
absolutely don't.
find things you're passionate about, and just
Absolutely.
focus in on that. I think
Absolutely.
I saw Seth Rogen like just doing pottery, smoking his weed and doing
Sheldon,
pottery, and I'm
if
like,
you were a celebrity, what would you be
like you
doing?
have time to just do the things that you really want to just
I
try.
am going to visit every
You know
country
what I'm
I
saying?
can. I want to experience nature in many different
And I would try
places.
my hand at farming
I would
and
try my
just
hand at
get things to
everything.
really getting things to grow. That's what I would want
Yeah.
to do. Just sit down and really get things to grow.
Absolutely. I would build
That would
homes
be
for
my thing.
people.
Yeah.
I know I already said you've heard me say this. I am building infrastructure for different countries.
Yeah.
Countries that are not necessarily as focused as they should be on investing in their people. I will go there and build the infrastructure for
Yeah.
their people free.
You saw when Mr. Biggs did something like that? Not Mr. Biggs.
Who?
Mr. Beast.
Hmm?
Shout out to Mr. Biggs.
Who's
Number one.
Mr. Beast?
Mr. You don't know Mr. Beast from YouTube?
No.
Where are you on the internet?
We're
Like
Beyonce.
he's
We're grunge
yeah,
Beyonce.
clearly. It's like the number
um.
one like YouTuber on
Oh, okay.
I
So
don't
he's
know if the
building
number one.
infrastructure.
Not that he's building infrastructure,
Oh,
but he's
because I'm about to start these
well,
projects.
he went to Africa and he built like 100 wells or something like that,
Yeah. I see. I love that.
right? People called him out and said he was like cloud chasing or whatever,
It
but
was what?
cloud
Oh.
chasing. But he was like, he did this with he did this without anybody knowing. So he did this without anyone knowing, recorded it, put it on YouTube, obviously. But he did the process before anybody knew that he was doing it.
First of all, whoever said he's clout chasing, you're a loser.
Also, no one else was doing it.
But my point is, you are more concerned about calling this person a clout
Versus
chaser
recognizing
versus recognizing there are wells. Fair enough. Rather than focusing on the fact that there are wells where there weren't any before,
yeah,
as in people have access to clean drinking water,
simple.
and your biggest concern is his clout,
Yeah,
he deserves the clout
yeah.
for doing something responsible
He's
with
using
their money and
his
their
platform,
fame.
his fame
People
to
are
do.
I've said this before.
Yeah,
People are purposely choosing to be haters.
yeah,
People are purposely choosing to be trolls because this is the environment created by the internet.
yeah,
That's dumb.
yeah.
I've never heard something so insane. If
It's
I
crazy.
go and build infrastructure and someone's like, "Oh, she's a cloud chaser," because and I record the whole process, then cool. I cloud
It's
chased
like
and I built roads for a whole village. And what
exactly.
did you do while you're at home? Type that I was a cloud chaser?
Yes.
Well, you're watching me. So I guess the clout is working. This is crazy. People are
Yeah.
wild.
So where were we with this?
The crazy rich people out here.
Right. Crazy rich people.
We're not going to a Diddy party.
That's where we ended up. We're choosing not to go to any Diddy parties.
This is hilarious.
I always told you though, you should focus on create your own party.
Oh, that's
Create your
coming.
own thing instead of like worrying about Diddy's party. Like, do your
No,
own.
Sheldon, we absolutely should.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. We're going to throw. We'll make it up next episode. We're going to throw our
Again,
own
like,
crazy
comment, and
party.
subscribe so we can grow this. So we
Yes,
can throw
yes,
an
yes.
amazing party. Invite
Please
every single one
do.
of you out to this amazing party. Let's create a new vibe. All right.
Yeah.
What's next?
We're doing pretty good time.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep us on time today.
Yeah, look at us. Yeah. Don't get stuck watching the video and being like going to that clap and it's actually the wrong clap.
No, I won't.
But okay, so we got some questions from the audiences.
Is that where we're at already?
Yeah. I said we're doing good on time.
Oh wow.
Also, you should probably come in a bit because do you see what I mean? Like we're a little bit far apart, or no? This is
people don't
fine.
care.
Okay, I guess. All right. Okay, so, oop. So my partner and I met online, and
nice.
things were great virtually.
Obviously. It's a day
Now that we're trying to take it offline, it's not as smooth. Any tips on transitioning from the online to the real world relationship successfully?
I'm assuming by met online, I'm gonna go base. It's either like the dating or it's like social media type of thing. Like the online dating or
Yeah.
social media.
It would have to be because how are you guys meeting online? And
It's one of those two.
yeah, wish I had more context, but it's okay.
So dating online, we're experts in this,
Yeah, please,
obviously.
please do share.
I'm gonna go the social media route. So I feel like social media is a little bit harder because again, social media is showing your perfect highlighted views. Everything's wonderful. This person looks amazing. I don't see no flaws in
But they
them.
know each other virtually.
I know that's what I'm saying. So
Okay.
like, so even conversation wise, like, yo, how you doing today? You're basing this person on this perfect image you're seeing of a person,
Yeah,
and that's where your mind's at.
true.
And then now you're trying to take it offline, where it's like, okay, you're not happy to, or we went out, we saw each other, where you get to meet a real person
Yeah.
who may chew loudly, who may,
You know what? Before you continue,
yeah,
my partner and I met online and things were great virtually. How are you guys partners? No, because
hey,
I
hey,
need to stop them right
hey,
there.
have you ever seen Catfish?
I have, and this
Okay,
is
people have long 2-year relationships
I have,
virtually.
and I think most of us have as well. And I
Exactly.
feel
People develop real
no,
relationships.
I get that you can develop real relationships,
Yeah.
but to the point of calling this person your partner.
Yeah. A partner is no different than saying girlfriend, boyfriend. It's just another term
Fair
that
enough.
we're using
Fair enough.
instead of saying that.
But I think it's, and this is my strong opinion,
Yeah.
it is very wild to me for you to call someone your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever,
Hmm.
without
Virtually.
having meeting them first.
Hey, today's 2023. Okay. You don't know how the young kids are getting down. All it takes is some people don't even exchange numbers anymore. The first thing you're exchanging with somebody is your IG or your whatever.
Okay, but I'm saying, even if you don't exchange numbers, you would have met physically to verify.
Some people, yeah.
And
Or
not to
or
mention,
FaceTime.
people forget this. There is still a chemistry that exists and an energetic exchange that happens in person.
Absolutely. Hence
Why
why
this is
it may not
wild.
work. But again, you have to recognize that we're not as young as some people who have grown up just on the internet.
Yes.
Their whole we came from a time before the internet. So there was interactions and energetic
Mm-hmm.
things with people before you met people in real life first, and that was it. There was no meeting online when we were
Okay.
younger, right?
Okay.
So people who have grown up on the internet will feel very comfortable meeting people on the internet
I
and
mean, we used
starting
to meet people
relationships.
online.
I know we did when we got to a certain point, but we also met people offline first, right? Some people just because you've been on the internet since you're like day one in elementary school.
You know what though? Because I've met one person in my life before online,
Yeah,
before I met them offline because of Black Planet,
right.
I still feel like you know if there's chemistry there when you meet in person.
Yeah. But I'm not talking about you
No, I
personally.
know,
I'm
I know,
talking
I
about
know.
like
I hear that.
people who have grown up online and their whole like their whole lives have been they've talked to people
They asked
over.
me the question, okay?
Oh. Okay,
But
okay.
yes,
Anyways, that's what I don't even know how old they are. They could be young, they could be old, whatever.
we
I'm
need
just
more
saying
context with these questions. Please
that's why
remember
it
this
may
for
feel
next
a
time.
little bit more uncomfortable for
Hmm.
them in real life if all you've known is online stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I
So in
don't
this
know.
case, any tips for transitioning from the online to the real world?
Talk over Skype and Zoom.
Okay. No, yeah, I think if there's you haven't officially met in person,
No, I think they
they
have,
have. So
but it's
this
just
sounds
not
like it
working well.
might be a long distance
Or maybe they just finally met and they're
and the
like, the
energy
vibe
is
is
not,
different, the vibe's
yeah,
off. That's because you guys don't know how to talk to people in real
in
life.
real life,
Yeah.
and there's a good chance that maybe
There's no
the
buffer.
images that were shared did not accurately display.
Yeah, and there's no buffer in terms of like
Yeah,
time to think before you actually have to have a conversation with
that's
somebody
true.
versus like,
Because you can lack a lot of chemistry, and then
yeah,
the conversation is not going to
or
flow.
because it doesn't always translate like the way you
Mm-mm.
speak on like through text or through whatever
Yeah,
doesn't always translate to how you actually speak.
that's true.
Maybe they don't like your
Because
voice.
sometimes there's so many little things, but you know what? Communication is key. If you guys had great communication for real,
Yeah.
and you're willing to call this person your partner, provided that you guys are both mature enough to communicate very clearly,
Mm,
then this person, both of you guys should be able to have a real conversation.
right.
Like it should be a okay, something's not
Especially if you
clicking.
have talked
Yeah.
like online, you should be able to at least
Yeah.
have a flow, like
And it
know
doesn't
how
have
this
to be
person is,
hard. It could be as simple as I'm not feeling.
or maybe you just don't know this person.
Maybe that's the reality.
Like you just don't really like you don't
I
really
don't
know them.
actually know this person.
Like you've talked and whatnot, you saw them
I'm
online, you seen
sitting with a
pictures, you're like,
stranger.
hey, what's up, whatever. But you don't really know them. You
Yeah,
don't really know what they like, what they're interested. So
it could
maybe
be
like
that.
start from step one. Get to know somebody
Yeah.
for real. It may be a different experience. So
But I feel like before even getting there, you still have to communicate. Something is not clicking.
yeah,
Like something is
that's what I'm saying. You get start over, just get to know each other in real life
but how would you know to do that if you don't say something's off?
because you know something's off. They've identified something being
So
off.
you're saying don't even talk about something being off. Just say let's start over.
But yeah, it's like or even if you say that statement like, hey,
Mhm.
like I don't get it. We're not the same, whatever.
Yeah, cuz
But
it
like, hey, let's start fresh and
mhm.
try this over again
Mm.
and see if you can vibe from that
Yeah,
in real life
true.
and go from there.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm also thinking you could just be like,
You know, get it?
do you want to no, like
Uh,
do you feel the same way as I do that
uh,
something's a little bit off? Cuz it could also be just one-sided.
that's true.
It could be one person overthinking cuz that can also play a really big
That could
role.
be true as well.
So, hopefully you're not overthinking. Um but even if you are overthinking, remember communication is key. So you talk to the person, give them a heads up like this might feel really immature, but I really want to check in. Are is does this feel the same as online? Like what's cuz for me it feels a little bit different. This is why. Please, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Just have that conversation. I think our bottom line 99.9% of the time.
Talk about it.
Yes. But anyways, y'all, that is
That's a wrap.
today's episode of Talks and Tings. What an abrupt ending. And that's it.
That's it.
Bye.
We're out. Nah, that's a wrap. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
coming out, spending some time with us. If you made it to the end of this episode, I have an Easter egg for you. Today is amazing. Tomorrow is better. Continue to look through the past and work towards the future. What do you have? What do you have for them? Let's give a quote for the day from Melissa James.
I look so pale, man. Um
Oh, yeah,
that's my
nice.
quote for the
Nice.
day.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Nice.
For you guys, I would just like to share with you guys that life is short as much as it is long.
Ooh,
So make every moment count.
I like that.
That's off the top.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
pretty good.
good.
All
Yeah.
right. I guess
Look at us.
we're gonna leave it right there. Leave it right
Yeah.
there. Thank you guys for spending some time with us again. Like, comment, subscribe, share
Talks
with a
and Tings
friend.
with
Talks and
Shell and
Tings.
Mel.
Mel and Shell.
Mel and
And
Shell.
if this really is Mel, who knows, right?
That's right. It's grunge Beyonce. I just need a fan. Every night.